Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Sigma Real Estate Studios. And today we're talking about the three little words that as a buyer's agent, I despise. But as a listing agent, I absolutely love. And those three words are highest and best, or also known as best and final. Now, by the time we're done with this video, not only are you gonna know what a best and final or highest and best is, but you're also gonna know what sellers are looking for when they're looking at your offer. And we're also gonna take a look at offers side by side as a comparison, so that way you can see the differences between the different types of offers that might exist out there. Let's go. Okay, so what is a highest and best situation? AKA best and final. Basically, what the listing agent has just done is they told us that, hey, by a certain day and time, you need to submit your best and final offer. Now, our offer is going to include things like the purchase price. It's going to include whether it's cash or there's a mortgage. It's going to talk about the down payment amount, the down payment at contract signing, and what type of contingencies you're going to have in your offer. So typically, you'll see appraisal contingency, inspection, mortgage, and clear title, okay? So these are some of the components that are going into the offer we're presenting. Now, don't worry about writing any of that stuff down. There'll be a link in the description below. You can download a free offer to purchase sample that we use here in New York State, so that way you can see for yourself what is on that. Now, all of this has to be done by the deadline date. And by the way, you only get one shot. Oh yeah, and you have no idea what anybody else is offering on this house. Yep. No clue what someone else is offering, and you only get one shot. You see why this is like insanity out there? What type of auction is this? This doesn't even make sense. So you don't know what you're bidding against. You don't know who you're bidding against. You don't know what amount you should go up to. Now, are you placing an offer that's going to completely surpass somebody else's offer? Are you placing an offer that's going to be a tiny bit above their offer? You have no clue. No idea. Zero. We'll look at the comparable sales as real estate agents. We're going to look into this house and see what its fair value is. But when there's 10 to 12 offers on this house, none of this matters. None of it matters. It goes out the window. Let's talk about what a seller is going to be looking for to select the best and final offer. Number one, you probably guessed it. They're looking at the purchase price. How much money are you offering? Number two, is it cash or is it a mortgage? Now, face value, when you just look at mortgage and cash, not as numbers, just as programs, cash will always be the mortgage. Always. No matter who you ask. Again, just at face value. And number three is really a tie between your down payment amount, which is going to signal what type of mortgage you're getting, and the contingencies that you're putting in place. Now, these contingencies are meant to protect the buyer, but it's more hassle for the seller. Ultimately, they're going to be looking at which contingencies you've waived and whether you've waived your inspection contingency or your appraisal contingency, because those are really the two that you could waive and really put your offer at the front of the line by doing that. Now, most issues in the buying process tend to happen in the beginning. They happen during the inspection process. Inspector finds something wrong. Now they try to negotiate back and forth. So a buyer that shows up and says, listen, we don't even care to do the inspection. We love the house and we'll deal with it. We'll deal with whatever problems we have to deal with later on. We're ready to move forward. We waive our inspection contingency. Well, that just bumped up that offer a little bit more, okay? And the second one, and to me, the biggest one you could be waiving is the appraisal contingency. Why? Well, when a house has a fair market value, let's say of 500 grand, offer comes in and they're willing to pay 550 for it. Well, if there's an appraisal contingency in place and the home doesn't appraise for that 550, let's say it only appraises for that 500, well, now that's causing more rocky roads down the line, and the buyer might be able to get out of this deal, or the seller has to come down in price, or they have to split the difference, or the buyer pays more. So there's a lot of things that could really rock the transaction later on. So if you're waiving your appraisal contingency, to me, this is putting you light years ahead of just waiving your inspection contingency standalone. Some of this stuff, you gotta be very careful when you're doing this stuff. You need to understand the ramifications of things that can happen if you are waiving your contingencies. And as long as you fully understand and you still want to do it, hey, that's okay. Consider yourself lucky to be able to do that. Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. Waive them. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Now, bad news is, I don't think this is going away anytime soon. The good news is now you know what a seller's looking for. And if you really think you can't do what a seller's looking for to put your offer ahead of everybody else's, well, just understand, it's going to take you a while to find something. You might have to bid on multiple homes, so don't get discouraged. Or you say to yourself, you know what? I can't do that, and I don't want to be out there wasting my time looking at house after house after house and getting my hopes up. I'm just going to wait on the side until things either cool down or I'm in a better position to also waive some of those contingencies or put more money down or whatever the case might be, okay? Now, let's look at a real life example. We're going to take a look at 3 offers here right now that are potential offers that could happen in the real world. And I want you people watching out there to be the judge, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this. You see a home, it's listed for 500 grand. The sellers received 3 offers, okay? Offer A submitted has a purchase price of $545,000 with a down payment of 20%, 10% at contract signing, and they waived their inspection contingency. Offer B submitted, purchase price of $520,000. All cash, 10% at contract signing, they waived all their contingencies. So you got a deal right now. It's at $520, all cash. It'll probably close in 30 to 45 days. No headaches. Offer C, purchase price amount of $550,000. So far, the highest number we've seen in these offers. And the down payment is 20% down. It's got a 10% down at contract signing, and they waived their appraisal contingency. So even though they're $50,000 above the asking price, even if the home doesn't appraise, it doesn't matter. They still have to buy it. Now, I want to see, based on these 3 offers, which one would you take if you were the seller? So comment down below A, B, or C. And as usual, if you want to be notified when more videos like this come out, then please go ahead, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell, and I will see you folks here next time.